Well, hello, folks. Randy McKee here with Hockey 605. We're here at the Sioux Falls Varsity Boys game, the number 1 against number 2. And as normal, when we do this, we have our color man, Brian Prisby, with us tonight.
Hello, Randy.
How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing great.
Thanks for being with us tonight. They're introducing the Sioux Falls 2 team now, or we call them Orange sometimes. You'll probably hear a little bit of that tonight, both. They come in tonight's game 1-11. They won last weekend against Huron. Ranked 9th. They're just above Yankton in the rankings. Their top point man is Appledorn. He's got 4 goals and 1 assist. And he's followed by their points leader, A.J. Dawes, who has 2 goals and 4 assists. Donovan Knott in goal tonight.
Number 27, Mason Nelson. And forward number 3, Isaac Thomas. And 28, Sam Prisby.
Sam Prisby taking the ice here
And at center, number 4,
for the blue team.
Prisby. Sioux Falls Blues, coached by Glenn Vaccaro.
And there's Sam Prisby taking the, or that's Ben Prisby just taking the ice. Brian, did Mr. Hockey say he's playing center tonight, Ben?
I think he is playing center, so hopefully he keeps his head up across middle ice.
Jordan Arndt skates after it for Sioux Falls 2. He finds Grady across the way. Grady sends it on back behind. Nelson getting it out of there for Sioux Falls 1. He touches it over here. Here comes Sam Prisby. He flips it over to Ben Prisby. Sam Prisby goes on around behind. Ben up there with him. Dardis. And now Winkelpleck comes forward. He's fighting in the corner. A.J. Dawes gets
Good
past
back check
Prisby
by
there.
Wink.
They were bearing down there in front of the goal, but just didn't have enough hands there. There's Janacek. He sends it on around. And I mean all the way around. Cross ice to Janacek there. He finds Chase Adams. Oh, another shot. You know, Brian, that's one of the most exciting sound in sports is when one comes off the iron, huh?
Goalie's best friend, that's for sure. Good play by Otto there, just roaming free, looking for that loose puck. Good quick shot, too. A lot of kids like to hold on to that puck and do a couple little dangles, and by that time that happens, usually there's a stick involved, but Otto let that one go in a hurry.
There's not a lot of time out there to dink around.
No, not at this level.
Hackett sends it deep. It pops out in front. Chase Adams had it. That was knocked away, though, by Chemnitz. Lehman tries to get it out of there. And Appledorn. They try a bit of a wraparound there, but Knott's there. And it's nice tonight seeing some of the other media out here tonight. I've seen a couple TV stations.
Yeah, finally. I mean, there's plenty of coverage of basketball and all the other sports, but it's good to see that there might be some coverage on the news tonight from high school hockey. It'd be fun to grow the sport here.
Yeah, it sure is. Well, maybe they'll start showing up where you put their decal on the floor, too.
Yeah, well, they got to earn it. You've earned it.
Okay, Jacob Anderson comes across. Or no, that wasn't Jacob Anderson. That was Hoekstra. Sorry about that. And Hoekstra was on it. He's knocked off the puck there. It gets sent on behind. Nelson plays it long. Becker's on it. Evans showed up at a moment too late. Ben Prisby. Oh, he had Winklepleck there, front door, just barely missed that pass. Back and forth. Keaton Davis beats Winklepleck.
Oh,
fires!
Nice,
that goes
good
wide
try by
right.
Keaton Davis. Little dangle.
Gardis loses the puck. Winklepleck comes by and picks that up. Now he's having a look on what to do. He tries to flip it up the ice. And Sioux Falls 2 are there.
See, too much dangling there.
Ethan Clark got that knocked away. Now here comes Sam Prisby. Shot goes in. That was Hackett. And here's Jacob Otta, their leading points man.
Nice pass.
That was a great pass. And
Defenseman down low pinching there at Hackett.
Hackett showed up.
Nice.
Hackett showed up right at the right spot at the right time. And here comes Hackett. Puck goes back over to Lehman. Otta touches it in. Chase Adams can't get a handle on it. Janacek and Appledorn go after it. It's knocked out to Sioux Falls 1.
Good hit there.
Adams takes a big hit there.
Johnson. He's always been a big hitter. He's good at the hip check.
Whoops. Jacob Grady. Referee probably thought that was a little excessive there.
Apparently. Yeah. Puck was gone. I suppose he saw that. Puck was gone and took him out of the play.
So Sioux Falls 1 will be in a power play here with 6 minutes left in the first period.
Shots a lot more equal than they were last time at this point.
I'll tell you what, amazing.
They only had one after the first period.
And you know, Sioux Falls 2 have been really dangerous multiple times.
They've had some opportunities. There's no doubt about that.
Folks, we appreciate you being with us here tonight from the Shields Iceplex here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That's a shot by Adams.
It's loose. Puck's loose.
That's a loose puck. And Mason Nelson fired.
Another one off the crossbar. Yeah. That one came straight down.
Sometimes that thing can help you.
That's right. It's helped Burnsy twice tonight.
Puck comes out. Knott skates out to set it up. Nelson taking a look. Hackett, he flips it down to Becker. And here comes Chase Adams. He finds Nelson back on the blue line. And again. Shot! That goes wide left.
Good check there.
That was Sam Prisby, right?
Heinz.
Prisby knocks it over to Nelson. Nelson takes a shot. That somehow slides through all those legs and goes right inside the post.
Good low shot on the ice. That's where it should be. I think a redirect.
Power play goal here.
Mason Nelson, a defenseman. I don't know if he'll get credit for the goal, but he certainly caused it. A lot of times those defensemen.
He propelled it.
Yep, no doubt.
All right, we're 2-0. And Sioux Falls 1 getting a lot more connected here toward the end of the first period. They've spent a lot more time in Sioux Falls 2's end.
Becker with the goal.
DeBerg sends it around. He had Denny over there. Here's Winklepleck. He sends it into the corner. Now it's around behind.
Gave the goal to Becker, but I think Mason Nelson should have got credit with the goal. These boys don't care about stuff like that, though.
They care what the board
might.
says.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, one thing, we got it on video. That video ain't going to lie about it.
Right.
All right, here comes Mason Nelson. He gets it up to DeBerg. He makes a nice move inside. He sends it diagonal across the ice. He's got Winklepleck on the other side. Buffington on the ice now for Sioux Falls 2. He's a worker.
Yeah, he is. Always moving. Speed.
Lehman skates after it, but just icing.
Shots 8-2 at this point in the period. Starting to get a little lopsided again.
So Brian, since we last saw these two teams playing, you've put some miles on here with the Sioux Falls 1 team.
Yeah, Grand Rapids, Minnesota last weekend. That's a few miles out.
Oh man!
Redirect.
Sometimes things go right and sometimes they don't, you know, and Burns just kind of got caught leaning right when deflected
Again,
left.
that's why that puck being shot on the ice is so important. Kids like to shoot it high because they think it's sexy. But last 2 goals on the ice and redirected it in. Not much Burns can really do about them, but shoot it low and hard.
Thomason, he tries to get it around. He's harassed by Adams back there. Adams knocks it back out to Hackett. He takes a shot. Keaton Davis was after that, but Lehman got to it first. Otta now skates after the puck. He has Mesher with him.
There he goes.
Here comes Otta.
Oh, good play. Good play by Derek Hubdenis.
Yeah, knocked away there.
Little poke check.
Adams, he slips one by left. Adams tried to shovel it in. That got knocked away there.
Quentin Love working hard there. Good check. Winklepleck, he's certainly not afraid of contact.
They had Love backside, ready to touch it in. Just didn't get to him. Winklepleck bangs it off the boards. Big pop there. Nelson. Becker makes it out of there, but loses the handle. Comes back over to Nelson. He sends it back behind. They find Appledorn. He's going to skate on 2 guys. He puts it back behind his skates to it. Try to connect there with Becker out of the back. Nice cross ice pass. That barely misses Clark. And they try it again. This time Lucas Anderson has the puck. He touches it over to Clark. Clark gets deflected there. And it looked to me like it hit one of those really expensive lights you guys installed here, Brian, but I don't see any glass on the deck.
Thankfully there's a cage around them. Haven't had one of those replaced yet.
It's remarkable how much damage that little piece of rubber can do.
Oh, it sure is. Sure is.
1 minute left in the first. Arndt tries to flip that down. It's both teams kind of deciding what they want to do. That was a shot by Clark. And of course not. Took care of that. Kirsch. Now Jacob Otta has that.
Good luck.
And there's a shot by Nelson. That's deflected. Otta with the puck around there now. Nelson takes another shot. That goes high. Nelson on the puck again. He sends it on around. There's Ben Prisby. They're looking for Sam Prisby front door. That gets knocked out of there. 10 seconds left. Here's Nelson. Oh,
another
man.
Post.
I'll tell you, that was a great looking play. It looked like they had Hackett going down the middle, but he dummied.
Yeah. 3 posts in that period.
Yeah, pretty amazing. So that ends the first period. 3-0. Sioux Falls 1 over Sioux Falls 2.
Good effort by Orange. I know they don't like the numbers on the scoreboard there, but a better first period than the last time they played, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you know they created a lot of chances for themselves, and you know they could just as easily have a couple goals there as none. You know, Knott made a couple good saves.
He did. He was in the right position and did what he had to do down there.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Zach Jurgens there, assistant coach, walking off the ice with the lads. Always kind of like Zach's perspective, having been there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's carrying the load here for the coaching squad on blue. The other 2 coaches have jobs that kind of keep them away. They get there when they can, but Zach's kind of been the steady horse there lately with them.
Well, he's the kind of kid that, you know, I guess he's not a kid anymore, but he's the kind of guy who, as a kid, the coaches always, you know, when you coach these kids coming up, you always hope they come back and repay some of that effort that everybody else put into them, and Zach sure is doing that.
Yeah, he did. He was good soccer. I think he played soccer at USF and was a really good hockey player for the Flyers. I think he went away to Omaha to play for a couple of years. Juniors, but yeah, he's certainly got some skill. There's no doubt about that.
You know, my youngest son Connor played soccer at USF with Zach, and it was always nice to see, you know, with Zach, you know, having that hockey experience really paid off for him, because if they needed the ball one in the middle of the park, you know, Zach was a man that was going up there doing that for him.
I bet he played without fear. Just
no, he's totally fearless.
Yeah, big, strong kid.
But he did strike fear into into a few of them. Well, Brian, I think we can give these folks a little picture of what's going on here at the Iceplex, and go get a soda, shake a few hands, say hi to a few people around here, and we'll be back here in 13 minutes for the start of the second period.
Sounds great.
Well, folks, here we are back with you, getting ready to start the second period here in a little bit. About a minute and a half. You're going to see a little bit of a flash of blue right now as I change cameras. And there we are back with you. First period started out with a lot of hard skating and some really good effort by Sioux Falls 2. And that lasted for a while, but finally Sioux Falls 1 started kind of taking control of the game. Spent a lot more time in Sioux Falls 2's end. And ended up with 3 goals there. Yeah, folks, I want to let you know if you're experiencing any buffering out there, we're doing the best we can, but as you can see, this place is full of people. And every one of them has a cell phone that's hooked up to the router right now at the Iceplex. And as fantastic as their internet system is here, that's a lot of cell phones to be dealing with. So we're doing the best we can. Well, I don't know what you think, Brian, but a lot of people really prefer to have their sidekicks showing up on time.
Had to sell a few nachos.
Boy, that one put it in there. There was a pretty good fight in front of the goal, but it ends up with Ben Prisby. Back to Prisby. He slapped one in. That deflects wide left. Janacek tried to touch it back to Otta. Eldridge flips it down the ice, and that's gathered up by Winklepleck. Now Ben Prisby finds Otta. Otta's going to skate. Winklepleck, Prisby, back to Winklepleck, back to Ben Prisby.
Oh,
He launches wide right. That was on the ice and
nice
scooting.
move, horrible shot.
Janacek loses the handle. Back to Otta though. Now Winklepleck. He sends it in.
Couple power play goals for Blue today.
Yep.
I know they work on it a lot. I watch them practice. Seems like they spend an awful lot of time on it.
Yep. And just one more example of how they've taken the game over. They have a lot of players forward with confidence that if Sioux Falls 2 does get the puck and head at them, they can handle it.
Timeout called here.
So that's got to be a pretty big factor, for the blue team to have a guy like Knott in the goal where they know even if somebody gets through on a breakaway, he's probably going to be able to handle it back there.
Yeah, he does a nice job back there. I think our defense do a real good job. We've got 5 experienced defensemen, and then we got the freshman Zach Lehman, who's coming up real big. Fun to watch him play. I coached him last year at the Bantam level, and big, strong kid. And they haven't had many games where they've been allowed more than 5 goals, just because their whole back line is pretty strong, along with the goaltending this year. In fact, I just saw last year's stud goalie Josh Jackson's in the house. He was certainly their horse last year that they rode. He's going down to school at Lincoln, Nebraska, and he's in here watching, so good to see him back, some alumni.
Yeah, they come back and always wish they could be out there on the ice with their mates,
Yeah, especially some like last year, those kids wishing they could play here too.
And we resume after that timeout. Evans. He tried to hook up with Becker coming through the middle, but just missed that. Davis fires.
Good shot on goal. Mesher going hard to the net there. Mesher, a sophomore.
That's flipped up in there by Hovdeens. Out of play. Well, we're really excited getting ready for state tournaments coming up. We start 1 week from tomorrow with the coverage of the first 2 we're going to do. I think we're going to do 7 tournaments live.
Okay, wow, that's impressive. Pee-wee's probably first, and then you move on to Bantams.
Yep.
And probably girls and boys varsity.
Yep, JV and varsity then.
Jockeying right now in the playoff in the season here.
Oh, Sam Prisby makes a nice deke and misses wide right. Dardis tries one. That goes wide. Sam Prisby cuts it back. He fires. That came off Burns.
Not with the pass up the ice. Always good to see that.
Yeah. That's one thing as a old soccer coach, you know, we always liked having our goalkeepers really involved in the play. You know, and it's obviously different than in hockey, but shot out of that bounces. That
off
bounces
the melon,
first.
maybe. Didn't sound like post.
Out of center, that gets kicked out. Here comes Winkelpleck. He
Good
cuts
shot.
back.
Good save.
And that's icing. Folks, we're getting told we're experiencing some audio difficulties. Hopefully we have it back on here. All of my settings seem to be working.
Oh, nice play. Nice play. Always good to see the defenseman come in.
So hopefully we have it on. I'm showing we got it.
Good play by Isaac Hacken to read that he's wide open, and good look by Otto to find him wide open. That quick shot. He didn't mess around with the puck, just let her rip. Again, low on the ice, and seems to work.
Those guys spend a lot of time out there practicing that first timer when they're in front of the goal. And there's a
good pass.
Appledorn makes a great pass.
Get an opportunity here. Oh.
Knocked away. DeBerg finds Thee.
Good play by Tatum Thomas. Another sophomore.
Nelson sends it on behind. Sam Prisby back there fighting for it.
Little pass off the back of the net to himself there. Kind of nifty little play.
Winkelpleck trying to find Dardis. That gets by him. Jacob Grady sends it on along. Winkelpleck misses that puck. And Knott covers that one up.
$20 shots to 8, says the scoreboard right now. And we're in run time.
Yeah, I think last game we did, we were talking about how few shots they got. I think they already have more shots than the number 2 team than they had the entire game last time.
Yep, they did. 3-on-1 opportunity here.
Adams, he has Janacek and Otta. Otta skates.
Good save by
Fire.
Bernsey. Off the waffle.
Nice centering pass, somebody there.
Otta's everywhere.
And so is Adams.
Yeah.
Adams had the puck in a good spot. He just didn't have time to shoot.
And Orange clears it. Kind of their only hope at this point here.
And
a lot of
that's
pressure
icing.
down there.
Don't forget fans, at the next intermission break, we will do just fine. So have those pucks ready
I talked to Coach Bennett before the game for the Orange team, and telling me about their 4-0 win over Huron. And as I was saying, that team's had more losses than wins, obviously, this year, but they were pretty fired up about that win and to shut out a team and build a little confidence and spirit going in. And they'll have to play to get into the state tournament, but getting that win under their belt's huge.
Well, and we were here earlier, watching Huron. They've got a good team.
They do. Yeah, they didn't certainly lay over when they came here to play us. I think it was only a 3-goal difference game. I think they scored 4 goals in that game, if I'm not mistaken. Like 7-4.
Yeah.
But these kids working hard, all winter long, showing up to practice every day. It's good to get that win.
Hoekstra's shot there knocked wide. Now Becker. Back to Hoekstra. And number 2 perfectly willing to mix it up there back in their end. Nelson. He's looking for somebody to give the puck to. And he finds Becker. Becker gets it over to Evans. Oh, they're going to try to center there for Hoekstra, but just got knocked out of the way. Winkelpleck. He goes over to Becker. That's knocked away.
Mason Nelson doing some work down low here, the defenseman.
Sioux Falls 1 does such a great job of cutting down those passing lanes when the other team's trying to get out. Look at that pass. Brilliant pass to Ben Prisby.
Oh, great play.
Burns makes a nice save on that one.
Couldn't finish, though. Oh, Prisby to Prisby.
Almost about a Prisby to Prisby goal there. Four minutes now left in the second.
First penalty on Sioux Falls Blue today on Winkelpleck, looks like. Nope. No penalty. I think Winkelpleck thought it was a penalty. He had his arms up in the air like, what did I do? Apparently nothing. Not sure what that whistle was for.
Ben Prisby. And a shot comes in. That goes wide right off Hackett. Sam Prisby gets the puck out, knocks it back there to Hackett. Hackett sends it in. That's hit by Dardis. Sam Prisby skating around. Shot.
Nice
Hackett.
Puck movement by White here. Really moving it around nicely.
Yeah.
Good save by Burnsy in good position there.
Great looking crowd here tonight, Brian.
Yeah, I think it's far and away the biggest crowd we've had here at a hockey game.
They're all having fun. I suppose a lot of them came out here for the event and decided to stay and watch a hockey game.
Yeah, there was we had the Stampede out here practicing today, and then after the Stampede were done, they had kids come out on the ice and do some skills and drills with them, which was fun. Probably had about 50 kids out here doing that, and then probably about 100 kids out here for the Skate for Nate open skate event, and then the skills competition was probably another 100 kids out here. So it's been a full fun day of hockey at the Shields Iceplex today.
That was really fun watching all those kids out there doing the skills challenge tonight. And it was awful fun. Here comes Otta. He skates through a bunch of them. Puck gets knocked away, but Otta stays with it. Flips one in, that gets knocked out of there. Mesher back there. And that's icing.
Messer tried chipping it off the glass past himself, just A little bit of the wrong angle. That kid's a
But
he's a horse.
I was gonna say it was a lot of fun watching those kids, but it was even more fun finding the barbecue barrel out there.
Yeah, they went through a lot of barbecues, that's for sure. A lot of baked goods at the bake sale, and just a fun day. And a huge kudos to all the organizers that put that event on. There was an all-day affair, and raised, I'm sure, a nice chunk of change for the Wick family that still is probably dealing with some medical expenses. And
Well, that's got to be about the scariest thing in the world to have what happened in 8. You know, there's still so many tests to run to find out what caused that.
yeah, I don't think they know yet.
Here comes Winkelpleck. He's trying to get around the defense, but Moore
Good
just keeps
defense
showing
by
up.
Kirsch there, keeping him wide.
Nelson showed up backside, but just couldn't get him with the puck. Winkelpleck, he shoots.
Koldeberg with the goal. Fourth liner. Defense got to clear them out. Can't let a guy sit alone wide open like that.
You know, I'm getting old and I can't see like I used to, but still, when you see a puck coming in there that fast, it's almost impossible to see it, isn't it?
It is. It's these guys have rockets. I know today during the skills competition they had a hardest shot competition, and the 14-year-old had a 78-mile-an-hour slap shot.
78.
Yeah,
Oh
78.
my.
Flyers blue goal scored by number 2, Koldeberg.
Well, it's now 6-0. We're going into the third period. And even though we're seeing the widening score like we did last game, we're seeing a lot more toughness and a lot more aggression from the Orange team.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they're certainly coming out. Obviously not happy. They're getting beat on the scoreboard here 6-0, but yeah, they're not giving up, and they're tough. Have to be to play this game.
Well, folks, we're going to turn off the mic again, and I'm gonna go down and try to find a Coke. Last
Bet you
period
can
I
find one.
didn't make it. Everybody wanted to talk on the way down. So,
I hear you.
all right. Well, folks, thanks for hanging with Hockey 605. We'll be back in probably about 13 minutes. We'll finish this thing off. Well, folks, here we are getting ready to come out for the third period. Sioux Falls 1 really exerting their strength all over the ice tonight, all the way from Donovan Knott to the forwards. And despite the score, the Orange team here at Sioux Falls Blue have, or Sioux Falls Orange have really created a lot more chances for themselves tonight than they did last game. And the third period has begun. Winkelpleck. Becker flicks that one on. He's trying to get Winkelpleck. Trying to find Becker. You know, Brian, I'm figuring this out with Winkelpleck. You know, all the other times I've watched this blue team play, Ben Prisby's been in the back, and I think that freed up Winkelpleck to go forward a lot more.
Yep, no doubt. Yeah, like I said earlier, a little change in the lineup with Caleb Anderson being out. They hope to have him back for the Pierre game on Saturday. That'll be a big game at Pierre.
You know, he's just been consistently adding numbers as the season goes along. Hackett gets that puck and makes it look easy. Just a nice, calm finish.
Nice puck movement there.
Real nice puck movement. Had a nice talk with a bunch of the Flyers girls players earlier, and I asked them who they were rooting for, and they said the Flyers.
Good answer.
Perfect answer. Ben Frisbee sends it to the mouth of the goal.
Assist number 28, Sam Frisbee. Frisbee, 56 remains.
Here comes Sam Frisbee. He slapped one in. That goes high.
Just a bit high.
Just a bit high and outside.
That was a field goal. Oh, another
More
crossbar.
Nice. Yeah,
Three
that
in this game.
They find Adams again. That gets deflected out of there by Kirsch.
I see Blues not laying off the gas at all. They're coming out firing.
Janacek now. He turns back. He had Otta skating through there. Now Adams. He fires.
That
he
time
does,
it wasn't Burnsy's friend.
Yeah, he does come off goal iron that time,
Right,
but it hits the onion bag. And all of a sudden, it's 9-0.
Yeah, and I'm going to get on my soapbox again and say that I sure hope that the state sees some of this next year, and if there's 3 teams that they have one varsity and 2 JV, it's in Sioux Falls here. Not to take anything away from this Orange team, but they'd be a much more competitive JV team, and the kids would be having more fun, I'm sure, and just be better for everybody around.
Do you think they have the votes at the association level to make something like that happen?
Well, it comes to a vote level. I think all Sioux Falls has to do is to appeal something like that. I would say that the records the last 2 years really proven that wouldn't be a bad thing. The Orange team last year struggled to get wins. In fact, I think they won 1 game. You know, they've got 1 win under their belt this year, and they'd be a competitive JV team. Big hit by Winkelpleck.
That's a big hit. Heinz is going off the ice. Looks like maybe he got the wind knocked out of him. Grady touches inside to A.J. Dawes. Dawes skates. Goes around behind.
Ooh. Dartis tripped over the face-off circle there. Looks like he's all right.
It was a nice piece of work there by Grady. He showed up right at the right spot. He just didn't have enough time to get something good off. Sam Prisby touches it in. That comes off Ben. And it's offside. No thanks.
Oh, good try by
Hackett.
Keaton Davis. Good pressure.
Hackett challenger to by Davis. He just pulled it back. That looked really slick. Janacek now trying to get through.
Good
He gets
clear.
it over there.
Nothing wrong with that ice.
He had Otta backside, but got knocked out of there. And now that's icing.
Yeah, back to my point. I don't mean to, belabor on that point, but these kids would be having a lot more fun playing in competitive games than lopsided games, and it'd be better for the state. So hopefully they take a look at it.
Otta fires.
Good save by Bernsey. Good poke.
Winkelpleck now. He flips it up there to Otta. Otta makes a little space. Gets it out over to Winkelpleck. They miss Adams, but catch Janacek. Now they get Adams out on the right wing. He had Janacek centered up. Can't get the puck to him.
Penalty coming on someone, on Janacek. Kind of thought they might get through this game without a penalty, but not the case.
Not the case.
Nope. Janacek, a senior, starting to wrap up his hockey career here. Who knows what he's going to do after high school here, but been fun to watch him over the years be a banger and a bruiser.
I like the way that guy plays. He's all out, man.
Yeah, he is. Good kid.
If you get in his way, you'll probably get a bruise.
Absolutely. Plays with a little chip on his shoulder, which certainly isn't a bad thing. Kind of have to if you're going to be a hockey player.
Burns sets that up. Appledorn comes by. Sends it back across. That gets chipped out of there by Becker and fired long again. Appledorn now. He touches inside to Kerr. Becker trying to pin Burns in here. He gets it out. Appledorn flips it back behind. Lehman skating to the puck. Davis got a hold of it and put it in. And not just got on top of it.
Good pressure by Keaton Davis. Sophomore. Had to sit out some part of the year. He had a concussion from a baseball injury this summer. Yeah, he was playing left field, came charging in on a bloop just over the shortstop's head, and the third baseman and Keaton smashed into one another, and he hit his head pretty hard, and it took him out of the rest of the baseball season and about a quarter of the hockey season.
Wow.
Looking pretty bad concussion.
Well, I'll tell you, that's something that people are paying more and more attention to.
No doubt.
You know, back when I was an athlete many decades ago, they'd give you some smelling salts and send you back out there, you know.
A little more cautious these days.
We even used to joke about, they taped my head back on. And
but, think of the things we did without helmets back in the day.
The tragedy of all this is tonight I was watching the news before I came over to the Iceplex, and they had Tony Dorsett on there talking about how he's struggling now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ben Prisby. He's got Sam. And he found him somehow. And Sam Prisby just tapped it in there. And it's 10-0 with 8 minutes left. Nelson goes after that. He's got Appledorn on him. I think that was Clark who slapped that in there. Not rejected it. Winklepleck comes out now. He's going to come right. He bounces it off the board over to Sam Prisby. Nelson picks it up on his way by.
Kind of a ticky-tack penalty there at this point in the game, but
well, you know, and that's one of the things you see, and this is where I really come down on the side of trying to avoid these lopsided games, because you can start to see some of that frustration come out. And you know, they're teenage boys. That's going to happen. You can tell them not to, but it's going to happen. So now we have another blue team power play. Sam Prisby couldn't reach Becker. Great idea, though. He had a lot of ice in front of him. He could have been able to gather that puck in. Less than 7 minutes now. Well, Brian, I didn't know it could be more enjoyable hanging out with you up here than it was last time, but it sure was.
It's always fun being up here. This might be my second career here, or maybe not.
I would love to have you up here every time. Maybe I could kidnap you and take you to some of the tournaments we go to.
The real test would come when they play a team where I don't know the other team. Makes it a little easier when you know about all 36 kids here.
You know, it's amazing how fast you learn those 4 or 5 key numbers every time.
Yeah.
Sam Prisby touches it into Adams. Slap shot. You could hear that hit the goal iron on its way through.
It's about the 5th post in this game here. Oh, that's not a penalty. Jeez Louise. Oh, well.
Well, you know the 6 most important words in hockey, right?
I don't.
In the opinion of the referee.
Sure. In the opinion of the biased color man up on the 605 logo, too.
And Thomas Becker into the penalty box. And now we're playing 4-on-4 for the next half minute or so. Dawes, he fires. That goes wide right. Adams tries to dig it out. Winklepleck comes by, and he tries to catch it out of the air, but here comes A.J. Dawes.
A.J. a senior.
And tomorrow night here against Yankton, the blue team will be having senior night, as I understand it.
It is, yeah. Ben, my son Ben, will be a senior. I know his mom, Stacy, is already all emotional wreck about the night.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow night. You know, you spend all the time and money and road miles, and I think that it's coming to an end here for one of them. It's kind of hard to swallow, really. Caleb Anderson and Travis Janasek, Robert Burnt, Donovan Knott, and Ben Prisby, the seniors that would be honored tomorrow night at senior night.
Well, we're going to be glad to be here.
Too. Yeah, yeah.
And before the game gets away on us here, I want to do a shout out, Brian, to your family members who I'm sure are watching from all over the country tonight. Frisbee family, thanks for hanging with Hockey 605 tonight. Evans. He got it over there to Nelson. And here's Appledorn. He tries to bang it off the boards, but just didn't get a good grip on it. Ben Frisbee now skating around. Oh, he shoveled it up there real nicely to Hoekstra. They couldn't connect, though. Hackett. He missed. Dawes now. Ben Frisbee sends it on around.
Nice move by Hookie.
Back. Finds Winklepluck in the middle, but that was knocked away there.
2-on-1 opportunity. Let's see what they can do here.
The third showed up, and there's a goal.
All right.
You know, that was just flat out a work goal.
That's right. 3 guys crashing the net hard. Throw it on the net hard. You never know what's going to happen.
And I think it was Arndt who got it, and he was way behind the other guys, but he kept skating and got involved, and I think he ended up with a goal for his team.
Go hard to the net. Good things will happen. If you're lazy, probably not going to score very often.
Probably not. You're probably going to be sitting over there separating the offense and defense on the bench, right?
That's right.
Sioux Falls Flyers orange goal scored by number 33,
Michael Buffington.
Oh, Buffington scores out.
Another senior.
Here comes Love. He sends one, goes wide right.
Boy, all of a sudden, Orange is flying out here.
These guys think they can score another goal here.
Well, I hope they do.
I think everybody does.
Oh, good save by Burnsley.
Yeah.
Good save.
Dardis had him lean into his left and put it the other direction, but
Orange standing up for their goalie there. I like that.
yeah.
A little bit of a late tap in there by Luke Evans. Not really necessary. And blame him.
Yeah.
Especially when it's 10-1. Looks like Denny's getting the gate for that.
Was that Dane Eady down there?
It is Dan, yep, linesman Dane Eady. One of the better officials in the state.
We really had fun visiting with Dane. I don't know if you've heard, but legends and two of the most popular hockey schools have donated some scholarships. And to Hockey 605, we're going to give them over to the referees, and they're going to raffle them off and raise some money for young ref development.
Oh, that's great. We need it. We
Yeah.
definitely need it. A very thankless position.
Well, we're happy that they, and we traded them a little bit of exposure on the site, and, we can do that. I'm just glad they came up with it. And, of course, we're working on Noel Needham to join us during the boys varsity tournament in Brookings and give us some guidance and a little analysis.
Sure. She knows hockey. There's no doubt about that. She spends a lot of time here.
Yeah.
A lot of one-on-one training that she does, and she's got her June camp coming up and her spring camp coming up, and
she's got the cred.
She does. .20 seconds left, and Blue is not quitting.
That goes down to DeBerg. Orange team doing a real nice job. They're cutting passing lanes off. And there we have it. That's the end of this one. Sioux Falls won, the blue team winning 10-1.
Well, Randy, thanks again for the opportunity to let me come up here with you.
Brian, as always,
fun.
we love having you on board. We love coming to the Iceplex. We love the hospitality that you folks give us out here, and that's kind of why I could probably start getting my mail here, and that wouldn't bother me a bit.
Well, we got a big mailbox, so.
Okay. Well, folks, we're going to sign off here, but before we do, we want to do another shout out to Brian's family and all the rest of you who are joining us. And thanks for hanging with Hockey 605. We'll be back here tomorrow night for the blue team game against Yankton. I think that's a 7:30 puck drop. So hopefully we'll see you there. And, of course, it'll be senior night, too. So definitely worth checking in. Thanks again, folks, for